Hi, girlies. They're excited. They see the snack bucket. They're ready to be free. Okay, and off you go. Let's put a doorstop. Oop. Not having the doorstop flop over. There we go. Yeah, Benny, you see what's happening. You see the bucket. You see the treat bucket. They see. Okay. Let's get this actually stopped. Okay. Okay, that works. Good. Okay. It's gonna be extra fun because there's some leftover pork chop bits that my daughter didn't eat yesterday. Did you snap up all the meat already, Benny? Yeah. Okay, enjoy your treats. Let's get this set aside. All right, and let's say hello to everybody. Hi, Georgie. Good morning or afternoon or whatever. It's, I think, actually close to afternoon. And good morning, chicken butt. And hello, guess what? And hi, Priscilla. And hello, Duchess. And hello, Benny. Hi. Hello, sweethearts. How are you today? I hope you're good. I love you. Yes. Oh, I think I see a bit of pork chop that got missed. Who's gonna get it? Or that could be a wood chip. Hard to say. Hard to say. Let's get eggs. Let's get eggs. 2, 4, and let's see, 5. Is there another one in here somewhere? Might just be a 5-egger day. Hi, Kevin. It's either a 5-egger day or somebody lit. Oh, that's what it is. It's a 6-egger day. 6 for 6. They're just, decided to lay in the coop today. That's all right. Thanks, girls. I appreciate you. All right. I'll get this set aside. And now the poop bucket. Yeah, it's not full of mealworms for you. I know you're hoping. I know you're hoping, but it's empty, and I'm going to fill it with cleaning your coop. It's I mean, good try, and I appreciate your dedication to having mealworms when at all possible, but I have to sort the bins to get more. Hi, chicken butt. Hi. All right. Poopa scoopa. Just scoop the coop poop. All right, I'll try and angle the camera out there because that's nicer to look at than coop droppings. Sorry for the waveriness of the camera as I'm scooping stuff one-handed and holding the camera in the other hand. It's a nice overcast but not too cold fall day. I had somewhere to be, it would be a really nice day for a drive. There's not really any glare. It's too bright, but other than a few errands that I already finished, it's not a big driving day. I'll just instead sit and enjoy my chicken time once I'm done cleaning up for them. Oops. Okay. Oh, one missed a spot. There we go. Put that back. Close this up. Latch. There you go. Okay, and let's dump this without knocking the camera into the compost pile. That's a fun task. Yeah. Hi, Benny. It's just your poop. It's just your poop. It's not snacks. It's not extra treats. Sorry, sweetheart. Sorry to disappoint. You got to look for your own bugs. You got to look for your own bugs and wormies. There's none in the bucket today. All right. Put that back here. And I guess I could actually raise that and have a nice comfy spot to sit and relax and watch chickens do their chickeny things, because it's not super windy right now, so I can actually raise it and it doesn't feel, I'm not scared that it's gonna Mary Poppins itself. I won't bother with the back though, because it's been pretty windy here lately, on and off, and I don't want to worry about it. All right, where are my girls? Where are my girls at? Oh, there's Benny. Hi, Benny. I'm very excited to say that Benny is just going into the coop at night with the rest of the girls. Anybody who's new here, back in July, Benny here started brooding and really was wanting to hatch some eggs, but I'm in the city and we're not allowed roosters, so it was, 0% chance that anything was going to happen. So, but she was really determined, and it took a little over 3 weeks, like 3.5 weeks, for her brood to finally break. And we tried a whole bunch of different things, and eventually, like some cold dunks and having a dog crate out in the yard, where she didn't have any cozy spots to stay nice and warm and make a little nesting area for herself. Um, yeah, it took quite a while. Um, but by the time that happened, the like I was just moving the dog crates in their enclosure now underneath the coop, but I had been just moving it around to different spots in the yard so she'd always be on some fresh grass. But at that point, she was a little too isolated from the rest of the flock, and so they kind of forgot who she was and started picking on her a little bit. And then it got worse because with all the stress on her body from brooding and not taking care of her own self, she and then getting picked on, she started molting. So of course that made her even more of a target to the rest of them, thinking this intruder isn't even healthy, she's going to attract predators, kill it with fire. Rah. um or whatever it is that chickens actually think. So it took, so let's see, she started brooding in July. It broke kind of early to mid-August, but and then she molting for a while and getting quite heavily bullied. So eventually we moved the dog crate there so that they could kind of smell each other, see each other a little bit better. Um, that still wasn't going super great. Um, I'd give them grazing time but that was the only time during the day that they would be kind of all intermingled. Um, and Benny was just so skittish. And then eventually, I moved the dog crate in there so that um, like the gaps in the bars is bigger on the dog crate than the kind of quarter inch hardware cloth that I have on the outside of the enclosure. And she was still safe and able to escape them, um, but able to interact more. And then eventually I just stopped closing her in there after they had been out to graze, and that was going okay, but she was still sleeping separately. But just over the weekend now, 'cause she was kind of getting closer, she was kind of moving herself and kind of sleeping on the ramp and kind of getting closer and closer to the door, but she I encouraged her in there, but I didn't shut the coop door. I didn't shut them all in together, but I did kind of shove her the last couple steps in there one night. I think that was Saturday night, maybe Friday night, and then she's been just sleeping in the coop ever since. And so finally, um, like, okay, July sometime, end of September, so like 2.5 months, finally all reintegrated and everyone getting along, or as getting along as chickens do. So that's been good. And I've learned a lot about my hens' personalities and, what I need to do with them if they get broody or like bullies or anything like that. So it's been a good learning experience because I'm relatively new to chicken keeping. Um, and some wacky hello waves to you too. Yes, happy vlogs. Um, yeah, it's I got these girls in August of last year. So I've had them just over a year, and I had never had chickens before, ever. I've always lived in cities, and um, but where I live, you know, announced that they were uh, allowing people to apply for hen keeping licenses in June of last year, and I hopped on that super fast. Got it all sorted up. I built that myself with the instruction of Professor YouTube. I feel pretty good about the quality of construction. I learned some things. If I was building it new from scratch, I would do a few things a bit differently, but overall, they've got a they've they've got some they've got a good little setup. They're my pampered little chickies. Yes. Yes, I'm talking about you, guess what? Yeah, you and the rest. Guess what, Chicken Butt, Duchess, Priscilla, Georgie, and Benny? All of you are just the best. And then sometime over the next few weeks, I'm going to be putting those clear panels back on top of the on the outside of the walls there to kind of enclose them in for the winter. And then we'll be ready for once it starts getting colder. But I don't want to do that quite yet because we're probably going to get a few warmer days still over the next few weeks. So I don't want it to get dangerously warm for them during the day in their enclosure with it being kind of greenhoused in. Oh, thank you for joining me on my live. Appreciate it. Oh, there's some more over there. Hey, girls. What's up? Guess what? Hmm? I should make a playlist. Although, I'm just doing mostly just random lives. Every once in a while I'll ramble about something on my mind. But for the most part, let's just relax. Relax, spend some time with my chickies. Enjoy their company. Let's see. I actually think I should probably close this live down. I've got a few things I need to get done this afternoon before going out this evening. So I hope everybody has a really good rest of your day. Peace. And take care, and we'll see you in later. Toodles.